Good day, parents and children. Today we're going to look at ratio. Ratio is when we are comparing two values. Okay, so let's just start with the keyword. So it's comparing, and then when you write ratio, it's written like this normally. Okay, so that means that you are comparing 5 to 3. So in an example, say for instance, in a room there are 5 boys to 3 girls. Okay, so we use the word to in the ratio, and that's how we write it. So a ratio compares values. A ratio says how much of one thing there is compared to another thing. So what you will see here, we have 3 blue squares and 1 yellow square. So the ratio is 3 to 1. So there are 3 blue squares to 1 yellow square. Now, before I go on with the examples that I've selected to discuss with you, I want to do a very simple example first, just to make sure that the children understand the basic calculations. What they need is the following. So, for example, we have marbles. Okay, I know it doesn't look like marbles, but we are going to call it marbles. Okay, so we have 2 blue marbles and 3 red marbles in the bag. So I'm going to say we have 2 blue marbles. Okay, so the ratio is 2 blue marbles to 3 red marbles. Okay, so how many are there altogether? Okay, so what's the total number of marbles? There are 5, because if you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way of getting the total is by taking your ratio. If you simplify this ratio, you write it in a shorter version, you will just say 2 to 3, 2 standing for the blue marbles and 3 representing the red marbles. If you just take the 2 and the 3, you say 2 plus 3, you will also get the total. Okay. Now I will ask you a question like this. For example, how many blue marbles and red marbles will I have if I have a total of 50 marbles in a bag? Okay, so say for I've got blue and red marbles only in that bag, and there are 50 altogether. How many of them will be blue marbles and how many of them will be red marbles? So let me just write the question out first. Okay, so how many blue marbles and how many red marbles will there be in a bag of 50 red and blue marbles? Okay, so now I've changed the total to 50. So what I need now is, I'm going to make a star, so I want you to remember now, I need to use fractions. Okay, so let's just go back to our ratio. 2 to 3. 2 standing for blue marbles and 3 standing for red marbles. So what you do is you add these together and you get that total of 5 again. So in other words, we can say 2/5 represents the blue marbles and 3/5 represents the red marbles. And we're going to calculate what is 2/5 of this total of 50. Okay. Oh, I put in fun, I've changed it to Afrikaans. Of 2/5 of 50. Remember, we did fractions where we calculate the fraction of a whole number in the first term. So just to refresh your memory, what we do is we divide by the denominator and we times with the numerator. So you're going to say 50 divided by 5 multiplied by 2 with the top number. So you divide by the bottom number and multiply with the top number. Or in other words, 50 divided by the denominator and multiply with the numerator. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. and then we multiply with 2, and then you get 20. So this is 20. And what color is represented here? Blue marbles. Okay, so now let's go calculate 3/5 of, again, 50 marbles, because we want to know how many red marbles we will have. So then you're going to, again, divide and times. 50 divided by 5 multiplied by 3. 50 divided by 5 is 10 again, times with 3, and then you get 30. So this is 30 red marbles. So if you want to know if you calculated correctly, add the two answers together. 20 plus 30, that is 50. And that's the same number as the total that we've been working with. So now you know that you've worked it out correctly. So basically, what you do is you take the basic ratio, 2 to 3, and then you add the two numbers together, and you will get a total of, in this case, 5. And 5 will be your denominator, okay, like you've seen here, the 5 there and the 5 there. So the 2 and the 3 would be your numerators of the fractions that you're going to use to calculate how many marbles of the different colors you're going to get. So then calculate the fraction of the whole number, you go through the steps, and then you end off with the answer of the particular color. Okay, so I want you to remember this, because this method we're going to use to answer the questions we're going to look at now. So I'll be sending this note to you as well. Right, so let's look at the first question. A builder mixes 1 part of cement with 4 parts of sand to make mortar. So 1 part of cement to 4 parts of sand. So let me just write that here if you don't understand what I've written here. So the 1 part cement to 4 parts of sand. Okay. If he mixes 100 kilograms altogether, how much is cement and how much is sand? So he wants to mix that he will end up with 100 kilograms of that. So what you need now is you need fractions again, right? Take the two numbers in your ratio and add them together. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. So that's going to be my denominator of the fraction. So you're going to have 1/5. You see the 1 comes from there and the 5 comes from here, of, and then you take the total of 100 kilograms. Okay, so then you use that method again. We divide and we times. So 100 kilograms divide by 5, and then you multiply with 1. So 100 divided by 5 is 20 kilograms, and then multiply with 1, it stays the same. So 20 kilograms. So the 1 is representing the cement. So you're going to use 20 kilograms cement. Okay. And on this side, 4 parts representing the sand. So 4/5. 4/5. 4 coming from there, from the ratio, and the 5 coming from when you added the two numbers together, the total. So 4/5 of 100 kilograms. Okay, so now you use that method again, divide and times. So 100 kilograms divide by 5 multiplied by 4. 100 divided by 5 is 20 kilograms, and then times 4, and you end up with 80 kilograms. So now this is your sand. So now you want to know if you work it out correctly. So 20 kilograms plus 80 kilograms equals 100 kilograms, and that is the total that we started off with. So then you worked it out correctly. Okay, let's go to the next example. There are 7 milk chocolates to every 4 dark, and that would be chocolates, in a box of 33 chocolates. Okay, so 7 milk to 4 dark. So that's my ratio, 7 to 4. And then the total number is 33 chocolates. Okay, so I want to know, if this is my ratio, how many milk chocolates will I have of 33 chocolates, and how many dark chocolates will I have represented by the 4 in the ratio, and we need to calculate how many that will be from 33 chocolates. Okay, so what we need to do is, you need to go to your ratio and you add it up again. So 7 plus 4 equals 11. So this is my denominator of the fraction that I need. So I'm going to say 7 over 11 of, and then you take the total, 33. Again, remember the method, divide and times. So 33 divide by 11, divide by the denominator, multiply with the numerator, times with 7. 33 divided by 11 is 3 times 7, and then you get 21. So this is 21 milk chocolates. Okay, and then we calculate the dark chocolates. So 4 over, and the total of 11 of 33. So then we divide again and we times. So 33 divided by 11 multiplied by 4. 33 divided by 11 is 3, and multiplied with 4 equals 12, and this is the dark chocolates. So you want to know if you work correctly, add up your answers. 21 plus 12 equals 33. Okay, last example. I make a sauce which needs 2 spoons of oil for every 3 spoons of lemon juice. 2 spoons of oil for every 3 spoons of lemon juice. So this is the oil, and that's the lemon juice. Okay, and then they just say 1 spoon equals 50 milliliters. If I want half a liter, okay, 1 liter, and I want half a liter of sauce, how much oil do I need and how much lemon juice do I need? Now remember, they mentioned the milliliters, okay? So we're going to work with milliliters. Who of you can remember how many milliliters equals 1 liter? If you know it, you will tell me. It's 500. Sorry, I'm thinking of this one now. It's 1000 milliliters equals 1 liter. 1000 milliliters equals 1 liter. So half a liter is what they are asking me. They're asking, if I want half a liter of sauce, how much oil do I need and how much lemon juice do I need? So the liter changes to half. How do I change 1 to become half? I divide by 2, or I half it, right? So what is 1000 divided by 2? That is 500. So 500 milliliters equals half. And this is what I need. That is my total number that I want to get to. Okay, when I'm making the sauce. Right, so my ratio is 2 to 3. So what do I need to do is I need to add them up again. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. So this will be my denominator of the fraction that I need to calculate how much oil I will use and how much lemon juice I will use. Okay, so then I'm going to say, all right, 2/5 of, and I'm not going to use half liter, I'm going to use what it is in milliliters because it's a nice bigger number. 500 milliliters. Okay, so now you need to remember the method again. Divide and times. So 500 milliliters, divide by 5, and then multiply with 2. So 500 divided by 5 is 100 milliliters, and then you multiply with 2, which is 200 milliliters. And remember, this is the oil. Okay, right, and then we're going to take the 3 and write it as a fraction over the total. 3/5 of 500 milliliters. Okay, so again, divide and times. 500 milliliters divide by 5, and then times with 3. So 500 divided by 5 is 100 milliliters times with 3, and this equals 300 milliliters. And now again, you want to know whether you work correctly. So take your two answers, 200 milliliters plus 300 milliliters, and this equals 500 milliliters. And now you know that you worked correctly. So you need 200 milliliters of oil and 300 milliliters of lemon juice. Okay, homework, page 114 to 115. I hope you understand the work. Please, parents, encourage your children to practice their maths. It's not something they will just get right from the start. They need to go over it again and again, and they need to write out these questions, write out the calculations, practice it over and over again. Remember, practice makes perfect. Have a nice day.